What's up, y'all? Again, adjusting this screen. It is Dominique, aka That Therapist. For those of you that don't know me, I am the lead clinician and CEO for a group practice known as Yellowbird Counseling. What does that mean to you? Well, we are where you can come for your insured and uninsured therapy and or counseling needs. But also, we facilitate lives every Thursday evening to educate the general populations on reasons that we could all benefit from having a therapist outside of having a mental illness. So I've chosen to do that this month by way of doing different case studies, if you will, on 4 of the main insecure characters with the close of Insecure. So if y'all could share this live, share this live, share this live, share this live. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's very engaging, so you can ask your questions, give your comments, your points of view, whatever. This is discussion, but then also I will be discussing how me as a therapist, my perspective of that particular character. And tonight we'll be talking about Mr. Lawrence, okay? But first of all, if you'll look at the pinned comment in the comments, when you're looking in the comments, scroll up to the pinned comment and click that link to the Black Wellness Expo group. Why do you want to do that? You want to do that fairly quickly because I will be doing a flash sale, and the people in that group is going to know first. It's going to be a significant discount on tickets so that people can come to the event, enjoy the event, and it be more affordable for a limited amount of time. So definitely you want to get in that group. So if you have not gotten in that group yet, just go on ahead and click that pinned comment, the link in that pinned comment for the Black Wellness Expo. And then you will be able to be in that group and you'll be in the know. If you want to be a vendor at the Black Wellness Expo, you need to get on that because the vendor slots are almost full. Like they've been filling up. So if you want to be a vendor, if you are a health, wellness, spirituality, or beauty product or service provider, health, wellness, spirituality, beauty, okay, wellness, product or service provider, you want to go on ahead and get yourself a vending table at this event. This is the first inaugural Black Wellness Expo. What is the mission of the expo? The mission is to introduce wellness to the Black community in ways that we all recognize wellness in an inviting and safe atmosphere. Fun, inviting, and safe. We're going to have a DJ there. All drinks, including all tickets, including general admission, come with drink and food and dessert. Okay. So that all the tickets come with drink, food, and dessert. All right. You want to get on that. But there are 3 of those tickets that include services. So you can either get massage, Yanni steam, mental health consultation, and esthetician service. You could get massage, Yanni steam, and mental health consult. You could get a mental health consult and massage. So there are different ticketing options there for you, but definitely you want to be, because it's going to be a flash sale. Okay, it's going to be flash. So if you want to know, because it's going to be a significant price cut. So if you're like, on the pricing, then you definitely want to click on the pinned link, the link in the comment, the pinned comment, so you can have access to that discounted ticketing price. So there is that. I did want to put that out there. If you know anybody that might be interested, please share with them that link. You can share with them that link as well. You can copy and paste it, super simple, in a text message. Okay. And also you want to subscribe to the newsletter. So you want to go to yellowbirdcounseling.com. You want to subscribe to that newsletter because you will know when I do $100 Cash App giveaways. You'll also be the first to know about any ticketing discounts or events for groups that we offer, merchandise such as this lovely Therapy Hit Different sweatshirt. Love this dang shirt. Love it. Love it. It's one of my favorites. I just wear it. It's just so comfortable, very comfortable material wise. But you can get discounts on different merch. So that is that. That's my spill. So let's get to it. All right. So We did Nathan the first week. We talked about Nathan and his issues and journey with bipolar disorder and maybe how, as a therapist, I would help him navigate that. Last week, we talked about Molly and looking deeper into maybe things that could have occurred in her past that could have been traumatic or could have impacted her in such a way that she just could have impacted her in such a way that her behaviors and relationships were not the best. Okay. So now we're going to talk about Mr. Lawrence and he's a fuck boy who thinks he's a good dude. That was Tasha, season 1, and that was one of my favorite quotes of the entire show in all the 5 seasons. It's like the one quote that I remember because I was like, I understand what she's saying. I get that. I understand that. So let's talk about Lawrence a little more. Let's talk about maybe from a clinical perspective, how I may have approached Lawrence. So Lawrence, I don't necessarily think that, I don't think he had a mental illness. I don't think that at all. That's not what I think. That is not the direction I would go in with Lawrence. I think that he lacked guidance, okay? From where, I'm not sure, because we see that his parents are still married. He came in a 2-parent home, much like Molly, but that's not all it takes. That's not all it takes. A 2-parent home is not all it takes. Just like growing up in a single-parent home doesn't necessarily mean that you have missed out on something. So we have to, I like how the show does do that. Like, we have people coming from 2-parent homes, seemingly stable homes that are still having issues. So I love that they present it like that and not the stereotyped, oh, you came from a single parent home, so this is why you're white you are. Because there's a lot of people that have come from single parent homes that have come out to be upstanding citizens. So that debunks that myth. So I really did like that. But Lauren's parents were still married. Again, much like Molly, we didn't see a whole lot of interaction with him and his parents. It was very limited. So we're not really sure. But I would question initially in a session with Lawrence, I would question what was the relationship really like? What did he witness the relationship between his mother and his father to be? I would want to know what was his experience as a child in the house witnessing the interactions between his parents. And I say that because we see Lawrence making a lot of weird decisions in his relationships with women. And just very impulsive about his decisions. A lot of things seem to be very emotionally driven, even though he wasn't, very expressive. He was kind of even keel dude or whatever, not like abusive or anything, but definitely much like Molly, there are a lot of parallels between Molly and Lawrence, if you really think about it. His expression of his emotions came out more behaviorally instead of verbally. We saw that more with him. We didn't really see that he was able to verbally execute execute the expression of his emotions. I'll say it like that. So I would wonder, one, what was his relationship with his mother and his father, and what was his perception of their relationship? It's very important. I would wonder a lot of things. I would wonder how much was he involved in their relationship? I would wonder that. And I would wonder what was emotional expression like in his household? Like how did he feel about that? What was his comfort level with that being a Black male? Was it embraced or was it shunned upon, much like many Black males? Was expressing your emotions verbally, was it shunned, or was that not appropriate? I would want to know that. So just like every session, of course, we don't have enough history. So I would need to gather that history. I would want to gather that history going back as far as Lawrence can remember in childhood to present. And we would start drawing those connections to kind of see how his behaviors may have matched experiences that he had earlier in life that led him to make decisions that he made. Two, when we got to the point of discussing him and Issa's relationship, I would want to know to what degree he had processed her cheating on him. You know, I mean, this is all like, if you haven't started the show, then that's not going to mean anything to you until you see it. If you were watching the show, that's something you already knew because that happened like in the second episode in like season 1. Okay, so I'm not spoiling nothing. But I would want to know how he was processing that. What belief did he develop about himself as a result of being cheated on? I mean, because it's hard not to take being cheated on personal, okay? Full disclosure, I have been cheated on. And you start to think, well, what is wrong with me? Especially if you get cheated on without the opportunity to fully get to embrace who you are. Okay, if you haven't had the opportunity to be in therapy, feel grounded in who you are, feel grounded in what your thoughts and beliefs are, and know that the way that people behave is just the way that people behave. And it doesn't necessarily have anything to do with you. It can have to do with their own struggle. That is a very advanced way of viewing the world and circumstances that many people don't have. Majority of people are going to look inward and what is wrong with me? Why did this person do this to me? So I would want to know to what degree he had processed that and what ways is he coping with that, like behaviorally, whether it be positive or negative. How is he coping with that? Now, if you have seen the show to completion, to the very last episode, then you know what you know. But just talking in general and his character analysis, as he progressed through the show, we saw him making a lot of weird decisions, specifically in his relationships with women. We see after he becomes employed, he begins to advance at his job. He knows how to have fun. You know, he's a fun guy. He engages well at work. So it was specifically his relationships with women. He was hanging out with the boys, you know, not really, you know, pretty normal guy as far as that goes. But that's why I would want to know, like, again, with him growing up in a 2-parent home, I would want to know, well, what was the dynamic of that home? Okay. How did his dad treat his mom? How did his mom treat his dad? How did they include him in their relationship? What were their individual relationships like with him? You know, those are a lot of questions, and I bet you we would find something there. To what extent, we don't know because we don't have that history, but it is very, very important in the therapeutic experience that you do gather as much detail as you can. And I know some therapists, they don't really like going through all of that, but there have been some people's histories that I have taken in sessions that it has taken us sessions to get through their history. I have clients that I have been seeing for over a year, and we are still getting stuff because people have had things happen to them. Like, people have had experiences, very heavy and intense experiences. And it is very important as a therapist to take them only as fast or as far as they are willing to go at that time. There are sometimes I know, like, some of my clients I've been seeing for a long, long time, they say something in a session, I'm like, they're gonna discover that. They're gonna discover like why that's wrong. Like, they're not able to hear from me right then, but I know that they're going to discover that and at what point, because all of my clients have their own individual rhythm in their healing journey. Okay. And it's just their individual, it's just their rhythm. And so what I do is I take care and try to teach my other therapists to take care to notice a client's individual rhythm. So with Lawrence, I'm seeing a lot of themes here that tie back to possibly a relationship. And it could, you know what? We don't know much about what he was like other than he struggled to really find himself career-wise in the beginning of the show. But I mean, he was in his mid to early 20s. That's pretty typical of a mid to early 20s to kind of fumble around a little bit career-wise. Like we all did that. But in conjunction with that, we see that he does get cheated on. Is he responding from that? And that's why I say the other question that I would want to address with him is how has Issa cheated on him? How did that impact him? Yeah. Hey, how y'all doing? And please share. Again, share the live into the pinned comment down here in the comments. If you can click that pinned comment and join the Black Wellness Expo group, that way you'll know when we have when we do the flash sale, because we are going to do a significant price cut for tickets to award people the opportunity that may have wanted to go but maybe could not afford a ticket. We're going to do a flash sale so that people have that opportunity. Or even if you just want to take advantage of a discount. Who doesn't want to take advantage of a good discount? So definitely click the link, the pinned comment to the Black Wellness Expo group, so you will know immediately when that flash sale is going to take place. All right, so you want to click that. But also, make sure that you go to yellowbirdcounseling.com, and subscribe to our newsletter so that you will know when we have Cash App money giveaways, discounts on tickets that way too for groups or events, discounts on cool merch such as this Therapy Hit Different sweatshirt, one of my favorites. I also got one of the newer shirts on under it. F them folks, shrugs. So I love that one too, but I have them both on. I'm feeling real yellow birdie-in today. So definitely take advantage of that as well. Join that newsletter. And if you're watching the live, why not win some free money while you're watching it? So definitely subscribe to the newsletter if you have not already, so you know exactly when those giveaways happen. And you'll know exactly what to do in order to be eligible to win the $100 Cash App giveaway. So definitely do that. But back to Lawrence. So after we have explored his past experiences and how they are impacting his present behaviors, essentially is what I said, we would talk through how to manage different impulses that he has. Like what might his triggers be that cause him to respond in whatever way he does relationally. Like, of course, a lot of his relationships don't seem abnormal. It's just mostly the decisions that he's making in those relationships are like questionable. Especially with Tasha, like his initial impulse, which I really love Tasha. Tasha was one of my favorite characters outside of Kelly. But Tasha, I always remember Tasha. I loved her. But like she set him straight when she was like, you think you're a good dude, but really you're not, because you make these real effed up decisions and only consider yourself and your own comfort. You're not considering the people around you. Like, you're not considering how your decision is impacting someone else who you have included in your life. Like, that's the thing. when you're making relationship decisions, they don't just impact you, they impact the other people that you also choose to be in that type of relationship with, and sometimes not even that type. So if you choose to be in a relationship that's toxic and unhealthy and you're dumping on your friends constantly about it, then and not going to therapy and dumping in there appropriately, then that's going to impact your friendships. Okay, so let's just simply put it that way and give that example. So unfortunately, we don't have the luxury of all of our decisions only affecting us. There are some decisions that solely just affect you, and that's okay, and nobody else can put their mouth on that. But when you're making decisions that could impact other people without consideration of them, that is what we call selfish. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how we identify selfishness. When you are making decisions that impact other people without considering them. And so I would definitely want to redirect Lawrence to make that connection. Like, like this decision that you made. What was your level of concern with how it impacted you and how it impacted the people around you? And then, so like, what led you to make that decision? What emotion were you feeling in that decision? And we might find that there have been a level of anxiety. He could have been anxious and just behaving impulsively with different decisions that he made out of emotion that he could not express verbally. So, we would see that because it's going to come out. What people fail to realize is there's only so much stuffing you can do before it comes out. But if you verbalize it, get ahead of it, go on ahead and process it, then you can control when and how it comes out. But if you continue to stuff, you don't get to control that. When you meet your limit, you're just at your limit and you're just there, okay, unprepared. So you definitely want to be sure that you are appropriately processing the things that happen to you, no matter how small they seem, because some stuff we've just been socialized to think is small, but it's really not small. Some stuff we've been socialized to think is insignificant, but it's really not. It's really significant, and it's like a big thing. Because a lot of my clients will bring in situations like, oh, I know I shouldn't be upset about this, or oh, this is going to sound bad. I'm like, no, that sounds like a normal human response to that thing. But because society's like, oh, you shouldn't do this, or you shouldn't do that, or you shouldn't do this, or you shouldn't do that, you should do what everybody else is doing, then people are left to guilt and shame themselves behind verbalizing or engaging a thing that they had an emotional response to. We have to continue to increase self-awareness and self-expression in a way that is safe for you and the people around you. So he did not have that in some aspect. Okay, that's clear because of the lack of emotion that he was able to express verbally. But yes, please share this live. Please share. Please share. This is fun. Just doing a character analysis from a mental health and therapeutic perspective. Also, please do click the pinned link in the comments so that you can get in the Black Wellness Expo group and so that you can be notified of the enormous flash sale that we're going to do to make tickets more affordable for a limited time. Because who doesn't love a good discount? So definitely click the link and also invite your friends. Click the link, invite your friends, share this live. That's the only 3 things you got to do. And you can do that from the comfort of your own home with one finger. Okay, you can click the link, join the group, invite a couple friends, maybe like 1 or 2 friends to the group. And then you can share this live so that, people on your timeline can get enjoyment and understand, identify. I chose to do this for 2 reasons. 1, Insecure was ending, so I felt like it would be apropos. But 2, because a lot of the characters we all can identify with. A lot of the characters we can all identify with. And some of them had mental illness and some of them did not. Some of them were just regular schmegler people with behavioral patterns that didn't quite serve them well. And so they could still benefit from counseling. And that's okay. Nothing was wrong with them. It's just, we all need refinement in our human experience. And that's really all therapy is refinement in your human experience so that you can be a more successful, happy, thriving member of society. So, save that money. Yeah. Ooh, and Danny wants to give away a free ticket. Danny said he want to give away a free ticket. He want to purchase a ticket. He want to purchase a VIP ticket for somebody. Danny, he want to do that. So I told him I would let him do that. Danny and I, we have very interesting relationship. But the fact that he wants to do that, I mean, that's cool. I was like, why not? So, let's see, Danny. I'm trying to think. I don't know how we would do that. I'm trying to think. Danny, if you have suggestions, put it in the comments, because we do want to give that ticket away to somebody. Black Wellness Expo ticket. Let me ask this. If you would like to win a free ticket to the Black Wellness Expo, say me in the comments. Just put in the comments me, I'd like to. And then so we can kind of determine how we want to go about giving that free ticket away that way. Since Danny wants to do that. Definitely, if you are interested, say me in the comments, and we'll see how we can go about getting that ticket for you to the Black Wellness Expo. So if you are interested in a free ticket to the Black Wellness Expo, just simply type me in the comments. Just type me, and then we'll go from there. And also to share this live. And if you want a discounted ticket to the Black Wellness Expo, click the pinned link in the comments and join the group so that you will have access to that. Share, invite some friends, all of that. Share the live, invite your friends to the group, join the group, share the group, all that. Once you get in there, do all those things, and we would appreciate ya. But yeah, so then I would work on Lawrence on how to, instead of behaving out of his emotions, how can he express those in a way that's safe? And like, how can he do that in a way that's safe for him and safe for the people around him? How can he do that in a way that he considers himself, of course, and also considers the people around him? Because I think he really struggled with considering others. We want to know where that came from. Let's see. Let's do it like a giveaway, a random person who shares the live. Ooh, okay. All right. So yeah, everybody share the live and then put in the comments you shared. Do that because it'll come up. It'll tell me if you shared it or not. It'll say this is a sharer of the live. It'll put that by the person's name. So share the live and then put I shared in the comments. Just put, instead of putting me in the comments, put I shared in the comments. And then we'll do it that way, Danny. That's great. He wants to give away a free VIP ticket to the Black Wellness Expo on him. So I was like, yeah, let's do that. So share the live and then tell us in the comments that you shared. And that way we can make sure that you have an opportunity to that free ticket. But I'm going to be doing a major discount ticket sale too for anybody who catches the flash sale. And if you are in the pinned, if you're in the group, the pinned link in the comments, you will be able to know when that flash sale happens and you won't miss it. You'll be able to get your ticket to the Black Wellness Expo at a discounted price. Okay. I am shared. Okay. So we got one person. So keep doing that. Let's get a few people going here. With sharing so we can have a good number. Okay, let's share and then put I've shared. Okay, Danny said you will get a number based on what you say. Share and then run a random number. Okay, yeah, I'll do that just like how I do for the Cash App giveaways. So if you share and then do what Terrence did and put I shared in the comments, then we will be able to choose that way. Okay. Great job. Great job. Great job, Danny. All right. So getting back to Lawrence. So after we discovered, his dynamics that he has experienced in his life and how those dynamics have impacted his behavior and consideration of others or lack thereof, we would discuss how to manage those triggers. Okay, we would also discuss how to better express his emotions, because again, we see that he struggles immensely to do that, almost to the very end of the show. So definitely that would be something we would target. And then we would talk about practically, like, how would he be able to make that improvement between sessions? Like, how would he be able to make small steps in between sessions? And we would talk about what that looks like via a homework assignment that he would complete. And then we would go over and discuss any barriers that came up. But I think it's possible that had Lawrence had been in therapy, because he was not, that we know of. So that we know of, he was not. Had he have been in therapy, able to process at that level, he might not have ended up being a baby daddy. Could have saved him a whole lot of heartache and a whole lot of confusion and a whole lot of just coping. Okay? Could have. Not saying it necessarily would have, but he would have had a better fighting chance. At that. I think he would have had a better fighting chance. And so I just, think it would have been a resource that he could have used in order to make well thought out decisions that would not permanently impact him for the rest of his life. So yeah. Let's see. So yeah, those would probably be what the first 4 sessions of Lawrence therapy would look like with that therapist. We'll go over his situational timeline from as far back as he could remember in childhood to present, and then we would make emotional connections with that, having him to probably do an emotional timeline for homework, getting through as much of it as he could, because that could be taxing. So it may take several sessions, which is totally fine. It's his pace. We would talk about how those situations that he experienced, what beliefs did that cause him to develop about himself, and how did those beliefs impact his daily thoughts and his daily decision making and his daily behavior towards women specifically, because that seems to be where he struggled the most. So yeah. Let's maybe try to do the giveaway at number 5. If we can get 5 people to share and put I shared in the comments, then let's start doing the giveaway at that point. And if we don't have 5 this week, that's cool. We can do it next week. It's cool. We'll still leave it open. Because it's only 2 weeks left until the Black Wellness Expo. We're super, super excited to do this, experience something that I've never seen done before, at least in Birmingham. I haven't. Maybe in Atlanta they have, but haven't seen it here. And it's going to be a great opportunity to introduce wellness to the Black community as a necessity and not an option, as a standard and not a luxury. Okay. Because we tend to think that self-care and doing things to care for ourselves are a luxury and an option, when no, it should be the standard of living. Like, we should all have a therapist that we're either going to for therapy and or counseling, which if you want to know the difference between those, you can look in the videos in the archive where I clearly make the distinction between therapy versus counseling. All right. And thinking that we have to put others before ourselves. We got to take care of family and then us, or children and then us. when really it doesn't work like that. You can't appropriately care for someone else if you have not appropriately cared for yourself first. Just doesn't work that way. That's why they have you on the plane. They have you, if the oxygen changes in the cabin, they have you put your own mask on first and then put someone else's mask on. They have you do that so you have a chance. Like if you try to put somebody else's mask on and then yours, it ain't going to work. You're probably going to pass out. You need to make sure you have air before you can make sure someone else has air. So this is an opportunity for people to really focus on their own wellness and gather resources for their wellness journey so that their 2022 year can look a lot different than their 2021 year, or maybe even up to 2021, which could be a lot of years for people that maybe they haven't embraced wellness and they're starting to experience the effects of their mental, emotional, and physical because of that. So we definitely want to make sure that we introduce all wellness options, as many as possible during this event, so that the Black community can have resources from the people, by the people. So yes, absolutely. All right, questions. What kind of questions do y'all have? What kind of questions, comments do y'all have about that, about Lawrence, and just or any perspective? Do you have a perspective on Lawrence as a character, or any questions that you would want to ask me as far as my thoughts therapeutically Lawrence as a character? Yeah. And while you're typing your questions, again, you can scroll up to the pinned comments, click on the Black Wellness Expo link so that you will be in the know about when we have our flash sale. When we have our flash sale. Okay? Because we're going to have a flash sale for the tickets. But Danny wants to give away a free ticket tonight. And so I said, let's get 5 people to share the live and put in the comments that they shared, so that way they can be in the running to get that free. And it's a VIP ticket. So with the VIP ticket, that includes a 30-minute mental health consult. It includes a 30-minute massage. It includes a 30-minute yoni steam, which yoni steams men and women can both get them. It includes esthetician service of your choice. And then it also includes, which all the tickets include this, but it includes a lunch box, a dessert box, and drink tickets. And then also at the event, for your entertainment pleasures, we're going to have DJ Gaptooth on the 1 and 2. We're going to have Lady Wu hosting us for the evening. And also we're going to have fun stuff like a 360 photo booth and a photo booth and things like that for you to engage in. We're also going to have several wellness vendors that are going to be present for you to shop from, get consultations from, add to your wellness regimen. We're going to have them there, and it's going to be great. If you want to be a vendor, though, first of all, the deadline is Monday, and first of all, the slots are filling up fast. So let me say that. Second of all, we're done Monday. Monday, we'll go with the vendors that we have. So the deadline is Monday, and also spots are limited and filling fast. Okay, so if you want to be a vendor, definitely make sure that you are getting your vendor seat. Okay, getting your vendor table. So and if you go to if you go to the link in the bio, if you go to the link, the pin link in the comments to the Black Wellness Expo group, there's the attendee link for people that want to attend, and then there is a vendor link for the people that want to be vendors. You click that and you can get your table. Okay. All right. Any questions? Any other sharers? Just Terrence? Go ahead, Terrence share. That's cool. We can definitely do the giveaway next week. That's cool. I know more people share it because I can see. But for whatever reason, maybe they don't want a free ticket. Maybe they want to buy their ticket. And that's totally fine. You can buy your ticket. It's cool. But yeah, any other questions? Comments about Lawrence? Questions about the Wellness Expo? Questions about ticketing? Questions about vending? You can ask. I'm here. Okay, let me scroll through. Don't see anything. All right, y'all. Well, cool. Next week, final week of the installment of the Insecure Character Analysis from a Therapist Perspective series, we will be ending with none other than Miss Issa Rae, or Issa D, whichever. Issa Rae, Issa D, they're Issas. Miss Issa's. Okay, we will be ending with her, and that's going to be fun. Let's see. I thought I had a new comment. Where are you located? We are so we service the whole state of Alabama. If you're talking about like the practice, so Yellowbird Counseling, we service the whole state of Alabama, but our office is located in Homewood, Alabama. I'll hit you up next week, and I'll be on Thursday. Cool, Danny. All right. Cool. All right. Well, I will talk to y'all next week. Y'all be safe and stay warm. Bye.